You ready for Hollywood? Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. Oh, hello there. I am Stan the Movie Man, and this is my review of Suburbicon. It stars Matt Damon, Julianne Moore, Oscar Isaac, Noah Jupe, also Glenn Fleshler, and more. It is the story of a family man, a guy named Gardner Lodge, played by Matt Damon. He lives in a planned community called Suburbicon. And it is a bunch of very similar looking houses built very close to each other in the suburbs. Um, but there is trouble afoot. A black family moves in. Oh my goodness. Well, everybody starts talking about that, and plans are put into place to try to force them to move out. However, the problem with Suburbicon isn't the black family, it's with Gardner Lodge's family. You see, Gardner has gotten into some debt with a loan shark, a guy named Ira, played by Glenn Fleshler. And Ira brings his buddy Lewis, a guy played by Alex Hassel, to collect on his debt, which Gardner is behind on. Gardner's wife, Margaret, and her sister Rose are at the house. They are both played by Julianne Moore. Margaret's in a wheelchair from a traffic accident. And their little boy, Nicky, played by Noah Jupe, is also in the home. Ira and Lewis tie everybody up and then apply chloroform, but the chloroform kills Margaret. So Rose moves in to help take care of Nicky, but there's a little undercurrent of weirdness in that relationship. And on top of that, Ira and Lewis are still wanting their money. Now, they get arrested by the local police, who are led by a guy named Hightower, played by Jack Conley. But when Rose and Gardner come in to look at the lineup, they say the guys aren't there, even though they are standing at the end of the line. Obviously, Gardner is wanting to not get the retribution from Ira and Lewis if he identifies them, so he's hoping that this will just go away. But Ira and Lewis actually step up what the punishment they are going to deliver to Gardner and his family. Meanwhile, crowds continue to grow at the African American home next door to Gardner, and it's turning into a violent mob, even though the problem isn't with the African American family. The problem is with the Gardner house. And that is the main lesson of Suburbicon, that it isn't the problem everybody focuses on, it's the problem that's hidden in the shadows. This movie is directed by George Clooney and was written by Joel and Ethan Coen. And it is not sold very well in the trailer. The trailer makes it look like some sort of screwball crime comedy. But that is not what this is at all. It is much darker. It is much more grown up. And you also see and learn how even the good guys in Suburbicon are really as bad as the bad guys that you can identify. The movie has a very languid pace, and that's one of the problems with it. It really takes its time getting into the story, and the introduction of Oscar Isaac's character, Bud, as a insurance claims investigator seems kind of out of left field, although it does kick off a whole new level of weirdness in the film. But I enjoyed it generally, but it really does kind of never get going. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to learn from the film, other than that very obvious lesson that the thing everybody treats as a problem isn't really the problem. It is all buried under the surface. But yeah, I don't know that we needed a whole movie to teach us something that we kind of already know and is so obvious in this film. I mean, in the first 5 minutes, you see what the conflict is going to be, and I just don't know why it took a whole movie to flesh this out, even though it's very obvious from the beginning. I did enjoy Matt Damon's performance. Julianne Moore is kind of creepy at playing the dual role. And the two bad guys, Glenn Fleshler and Alex Hassel, are properly scary in the film. It's kind of a mixed bag. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, and there are some really obvious problems with it. So that's why I'm giving Suburbicon 3 stars. Go to StanTheMovieMan.com to read my complete review. You can follow me on Twitter at MovieManStan. Listen to the podcast, The Fractured Frame, where myself and a couple of friends get together and talk about the latest movie news and reviews. And you can send emails to me, StanTheMovieMan123 at gmail.com. Till next time, later.